Guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, your girl Kamis. If it's your first time to be in my channel, kindly hit that button and also turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first one to be notified anytime we upload a video. So today I want to talk about Rasmus Paludan. We all know that recently Sweden has been on the spotlight again because of Rasmus Paludan. Who is Rasmus Paludan? Rasmus Paludan is a politician of the far-right party, and he's also an anti-Islam. And to him, he doesn't like Islam and he doesn't want Islam in Europe. So what he does is that he goes about burning Qurans, and most of the times he liked doing it in Sweden. Now, Rasmus Paludan has dual citizenship, which means he's half Danish and half Swedish. So he has both Danish citizenship and Swedish citizenship. I remember 2 years ago, Rasmus Paludan was banned to come to Sweden, but later in October, he got his Swedish citizenship, and that makes him to have the right to go in and Sweden anyhow he likes it. Remember, last year, 2021, Rasmus Paludan caused an uproar in Sweden. Remember the uproar that happened when he went to ban Quran, and there was uproar in Malmö, in Jönköping, and some other places in Sweden, and that caused a lot of problems because a lot of people were injured, and especially the Swedish police went for this one. The Swedish police were injured and their car destroyed. I mean, this brought an uproar. So now there has been demonstration going around in Sweden, in UK, in the Middle East, in India, because why is Sweden allowing Rasmus Paludan to keep burning the Quran? Now, Rasmus Paludan, this time around, he went to burn the Quran outside the Turkish embassy here in Sweden. We all know that Sweden, they want to join Nato, but Turkey is blocking Sweden from joining Nato. Rasmus Paludan is now causing more damage or causing more wounds to the injury, because we already know that Turkey is blocking Sweden from joining Nato, and he actually went to burn the Quran outside the embassy of Turkey. Now, he also burned a Quran in Copenhagen outside a mosque, and he said that he will not going to stop. He is not going to stop. In fact, he said that I will not stop burning the Quran until Sweden joins NATO. And he said that he is going to continue burning the Quran every Friday at 2 p.m. So he is not even afraid of saying the time and the day, and he doesn't care. So why many people are offended, especially the Muslim, is that the Swedish government is not doing anything to stop Rasmus Paludan. This thing has caused a lot of damage to the especially the young people. They become violent because, like I said, 2021 there was a lot of uproar, young people misbehaving, attacking the police because they are not supporting what Rasmus Paludan is doing. So they are saying that why is the Swedish government allowing Rasmus to continue doing what he's doing? Now, remember last year the Swedish Prime Minister said that in Sweden there is a freedom of speech, which means you can express yourself as long as you are not hurting anybody, as long as you are not beating anybody, as long as you have the freedom to express yourself. So according to the Swedish law, you have the freedom of speech, freedom to express yourself. Even if you've been against Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, or any religion of your choice, you can do that. So now most people think that this is not a hate, this is not freedom of speech. In fact, they are calling it as a hate speech. this is a hate speech. Is even to an extent that they are calling it a hate crime. So, and now the thing is that as Rasmus Paludan is doing this, he is being protected. You see a lot of Swedish police around him, very tight security as he is doing his demonstration, because basically he has other people like are supporting the act that he's doing, and he will stand there, light off a Quran and it burns, and the police are there to protect him, so there will not be riot, there will not be anything, you know, that will hurt him. And he always come also protect, you know, with like the one he did last time. He was wearing like a, you know, protective vest just to protect him in case a bullet, you know, because we know that these days in Sweden a lot of gunshots, a lot of many things has been happening around, so he is now well protected in case he is, you know, attacked. And like I say, there's always many police around him when he's doing his demonstration. So what the Muslims want is that Rasmus Paludan should be stopped, because they see it as being offensive. And actually even the Swedish Prime Minister commented and said this is very disrespectful. So how are they going to handle Rasmus Paludan? Why are they not stopping him? They already said that now this time he went now causing more injuries, you know, to the wound, like I said. And this is what the Turkish president said to Sweden. He said Sweden cannot expect Turkey support for NATO membership. And this is after what Paludan did. So they say that they are not going to support Sweden because they have to take care of Paludan acts and also other terrorists that Sweden has not done anything about. So you guys, so it has been this problem since this has been happening for years, and I don't know why. I wouldn't say I don't really understand the Swedish law sometimes. It sounds a little bit complicated to me, but they stand on the issue of freedom of speech. So which means that if they stop Paludan from doing the demonstration, they are denying him of his right of freedom of speech. Now, this has now caused other people to want to do the same act. And I remember I was reading a newspaper where a young man of I don't know how many years applied to burn the Jewish book, which is Torah, and he wanted to ban it, and also he wanted to ban the Bible because he feels that Sweden is not protecting Islam, and he wants all religions to be treated the same. So the person applied to ban the Torah and also ban the Christian book. And yeah, so that he feels that he was so angry, because when he was asked why do you want to do that, he said that because he feels so angry that Sweden is not, you know, supporting the Muslim, and they keep allowing Rasmus Paludan to, you know, offend them. And actually Rasmus Paludan has been getting response, because why he's doing that is because he wants to see how the Muslim will respond. How are they going to respond? And this, like I said, last year 2021, it didn't end well. In fact, the people that did the crime of, you know, going against the police, there are some of them, they are still there, you know. I can't remember what happened to the case. I think I was reading the case. They were now arguing whether to deport them or not to deport them, because it's not like that crime was a big crime, because you can't go attacking the police, attacking their car and trying to injure them, because the police don't know anything about Rasmus Paludan. What they know is that they are doing their job and they have to protect the people. They have to protect Rasmus Paludan so that during the protest no life is lost. But unfortunately things are happening. So you guys, now there has been demonstration all over the world, and this has put Sweden into a spotlight, and I don't know what they are going to do about this. So you guys, so this is what the the Turkish president said. he said that those who allow such blasphemy in front of our embassy can no longer expect our support for their NATO membership. And he also said, if you love members of terrorist organization and enemies of Islam so much and protect them, then we advise you to seek their support for your country's security. And that's what he said. So, and so the Swedish leaders actually condemned Rasmus Paludan's act, but also they are defending their law, okay, defending their definition of freedom of speech. And this is what the Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson tweeted on Saturday. He said, freedom of expression is a fundamental part of democracy, but what is legal is not necessarily appropriate. Banning books that are holy to many is a deeply disrespectful act. You see, he condemned it, but also defended the definition, Sweden's definition of freedom of speech. And let me read again, I quote, freedom of expression is a fundamental part of democracy, but what is legal is not necessarily appropriate. Banning books that are holy to many is a deeply disrespectful act. That is Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson, and he tweeted on Saturday. And he said, I want to express my sympathy for all Muslims who are offended by what has happened in Stockholm today. And now the Turkish president now said that no one has the right to humiliate the saints, he said. So you guys, so it's now this Paludan Act is causing a debate between the Swedish Prime Minister and Turkish President, and they feel that they are not going to support Sweden because Sweden has to take care of this. So you guys, yeah, like I said, and this is what John Stoltenberg, who is the Secretary General of NATO, and he actually condemned Erdogan's is a Turkish, I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly, Turkish position, a Turkish president, and he condemned his position on Sweden. And in an interview with the German title Die Welt, he said that freedom of expression, freedom of opinion is precious commodity in Sweden and in all other NATO countries, and that is why these inappropriate acts are not automatically illegal. So, so you guys, it's this thing is causing a lot of commotion, it's causing a lot of debate, and the issue here is what Sweden defines as freedom of speech. And as you've heard, it's a special commodity when it comes to Swedish, in the Swedish law. So, so Rasmus Paludan keep doing this. He keep offending the Muslims. The Muslims are not happy, and why they are not happy is that Sweden is allowing Paludan to do this frequently, because actually he did this last year, 2021. Now in 2023, it's causing another uproar. So you guys, let's see what happened, and I'll keep you updated on this matter. And I hope Sweden finds a way to fix this, so that all this uproar, and Sweden doesn't like to be on the spotlight on negative things, but unfortunately it's been on the spotlight when it comes to the issue of Rasmus Paludan. And now the major problem is that he is Swedish and he is also Danish, so they cannot deport him to Denmark. So if he wants to be in Sweden, he stays in Sweden. If he wants to be in Denmark, he goes to Denmark. And Paludan don't even care. Paludan want to do what he wants to do. He said that he will not stop until Sweden is allowed into NATO, and that is why he went to provoke the Turkish president or Turkish government by burning a Quran outside their embassy here in Stockholm. So you guys, Thank you so much for tuning in, and I see you in my next one. Bye.